history is inextricably connected to the manufacture of stone tools. Making stone tools is a process called flintknapping. You need two things. First, you need a stone that has very specific properties. Next, you need a set of specific tools with which to work the stone. Between the unusual stone and the hard-to-find tools, I spent years thinking that learning to flintknap would be too difficult and too expensive. I mean, it's not like you can drive to Home Depot and get everything you need to make an arrowhead. Or can you? You totally can. Yeah, just watch. I'm Doug North. On my channel, I show you how to make, use, and appreciate interesting items from the past. Today, I'll make these tools in order to make these arrowheads. And all of it came from the Home Depot. Now that the tools are done, let's take a look at what they do. The copper bopper takes the place of more traditional hammer stones and antler billets. The copper tip pressure flakers work the same way as the more traditional antler pressure flakers. The large piece of the rubber mat is used to protect our leg, while the hand pad is used to support the piece while we pressure flake it. The chunk of grinding wheel is used as an abrader to prepare the edge of the material before we work on it. Flintknapping is a deep topic, but let me give you a brief overview before I start making the arrowheads and spear points. Flintknapping is essentially a controlled manner of breaking the stone. But how is this possible? We have to start by considering the material. Suitable flintknapping materials are made up of fine crystals bonded together. This has two important consequences. The tiny crystals make the interior of the stone very uniform. This means it tends to break along lines of force that we apply to it. Second, when it does break, it tends to leave behind smooth surfaces and sharp edges. Materials that break in this way include flint, chert, jasper, obsidian, and many others, including glass. Imagine hitting a solid piece of flintknapping material with a hammer from the top. If we hit directly from above, this would send shock waves down through the material and produce a cone-shaped piece coming out from the bottom. If you imagine that same cone of force being applied to the edge, it can only have an effect where there is actually stone. The net result is a thin flake of material that is knocked off from the core. By working the edge in this way, we can remove flakes to shape the entire piece. There are two main ways that flakes can be removed from a material. First, with the bopper by percussion. The second is with a pressure tool by applying pressure to the edge. Let's look at the bopper tool first. When striking a piece, you always want to look at it from the end and find a point that is below the center line. Here would be an effective place to hit. I will well support it on my leg, find that corner, and tap off a small flake. And we see it has left this scar right here. As with the previous method, you're still going to want to pick a spot that's low on the piece. You have to use the hand pad placed in the non-dominant hand with this notch portion facing up. The low spot is placed on the pad, and then the low spot is located here. In practice, the tip is put on that low spot, and then you press inward using your legs for added force. Prior to either pressure flaking or percussion flaking, you want to make sure that the edge is strong. To do so, you use an abrader. You simply rub the abrader along the edge in order to make it less pointy, less sharp, and less brittle. This allows the flakes to carry farther into the piece with every blow or pressure flake. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please hit the thumbs up icon and the subscribe button. Drop any comments that you have below, and while you're there, check out the complete materials list for everything I used in this video. Until next time, I'm Doug North. Take care. There's a lot of great resources online. You can check out some of the live demos that I've archived on my YouTube.